Hi friends, welcome back. In the last lecture, we have dealt with component function, case number 1, case number 2, case number 3, case number 4. I have solved some example based on these cases. Case number 1, we can recall case number 1, if the roots are real and distinct, that time how to find component function. Case number 2, if the roots are real and repeated. Case number 3, if the roots are complex conjugate. Suppose roots of that auxiliary equation are alpha plus minus I beta corresponding to this root. Complementary function is given by e raised to alpha x into brackets c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. If complex conjugate roots are repeated, roots are complex conjugates and repeated. Suppose alpha plus minus I beta, this is the complex conjugate root and repeated 2 times. That time we have to write complementary function as e raised to alpha x. Alpha is a real part of that complex conjugate into brackets c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin. E raised to alpha x into bracket c1 plus c2 x into cos beta x plus c3 plus c4 x into sin beta x. Okay. Now these are the cases for finding complementary function of a given a linear differential equation. In this lecture, now we see methods to find particular integral pi. In short, we can say p dot I. And definition of particular integral as p dot I is equal to 1 upon f of d into x. As you know, this is the linear differential equation with constant coefficient. F of dy is equal to x. Here, coefficient of y is nothing but f of d and right hand side nothing but x. See here how to find pi. Pi is equal to 1 upon f of d into x. X nothing but what? Right hand side of this linear differential equation. And f of d nothing but polynomial d. Okay, this is the linear differential equation constant coefficient. Now, in this lecture and onwards, we have to see how to find particular integral of the given linear differential equation with constant coefficient. So, see here, the method of solving the differential equation f of dy is equal to x depends upon the nature of the right hand side of the given differential equation. Okay, therefore, the following cases arise when RHS of the given equation. Case number 1, x is equal to 0. Okay, see here, this is the general form of the linear differential equation with constant coefficient. Case number 1, x is equal to 0. This x is 0 means what we get? F of dy is equal to 0. Okay, same type of example we have studied in the last lecture. Okay, we have solved 6 example when right hand side of the equation is a 0. Okay, that time there is no particular integral because here x is 0, put here x is equal to 0. What do we get? P dot I is equal to 0 upon f of d. So we get 0. So pi is 0. In this case, there is no pi for that particular linear differential equation. Okay. This is the case number 1. Case number 1 we have already studied in the last lecture because in all that 6 example, right hand side is 0, so there is no pi. Complementary function itself gives the solution of the given linear differential equation. So case number 2 here, case number 2, when right hand side of that linear differential equation is e raised to x. Number 3, x is equal to sin ax or cos ax, sin ax or cos ax. Case number 4, x is equal to x raised to m. M is a positive integer. We can say x raised to m nothing but x square, x cube, or any polynomial. For example, x square plus 1 or x cube plus 2, x plus 1. Okay, any polynomial related to this case number 4. Case number 5, capital X is equal to e raised to ax into phi. where phi is a function of x only, and number 6, capital X is equal to x into phi, where phi is a function of x. Okay, now these are the 6 cases. Case number 1 we have already studied in the last lecture, because in all that example right hand side is 0. So in that case there is no pi is 0. We have to find in this case only complementary function, and complementary function gives the required solution of the given linear differential equation. Now we will see now how to find solution of linear differential equation when right hand side of that equation is in the form e raised to ax. Okay, a is any number, that any number that may be that form may be e raised to 2x, e raised to minus 2x, e raised to x, e raised to 5x, like this. Okay, so we will see part number 2 or type number 1. We say this 2 as a type number 1, equation 3 as a type number 2, type number 3, type number 4, and type number 5. Okay, see type number 1. Linear differential equation can be written in short form as f of dy is equal to x, and its solution is given by complementary function plus particular integral. We have seen how to find complementary function. Half part is the remaining, that are related to the particular integral, and that depends on the right hand side of that linear differential equation. Here in type 1 we are considering when a right hand side of that equation is of the form e raised to ax. Okay, right hand side of that equation is of the form e raised to ax. That time we have to in order to find pi, we have to replace capital D by a only. Okay, see here I have written some theory. See first theory. After that we can solve 1 or 2 example related to this case. See x is equal to e raised to x. Particular integral is given by this, the formula for finding particular integral. Particular integral is equal to 1 upon f of d into e raised to ax. Okay, see here right hand side is of the form e raised to ax. So e raised to ax 1 upon f of d into e raised to ax. What we have to do here, in order to find pi, we have to replace in place of d as a. So what do we get? Pi is equal to 1 upon f of a into e raised to ax. F of d is what? F of d is a polynomial in d. So f of a is what? F of a is again a polynomial in a, because we are replacing d by a. So we get pi as a 1 upon f of a into e raised to x. But one thing is very important, is that denominator must be not equal to 0. As you know, if denominator is 0 and numerator is 1, so 1 upon 0, it becomes meaningless. That's why denominator must be non-zero. Okay, if denominator is non-zero, this is our required particular integral. If we put in place of d as a and a denominator becomes 0, then this case fails. We have to write next step as a pi is equal to x upon f dash of d into e raised to ax. Okay, x is an independent variable, and f of d, here is f of d. We have to find the derivative of this quantity with respect to d. That's why here written f dash of d. Now we have to do same thing here also. We have to replace in place of d as a. We get pi is equal to x upon f dash of a into e raised to ax. In this case also, this denominator must be non-zero. If denominator becomes 0, we have to go further. If this denominator is not equal to 0, then that will be required particular integral for the given linear differential equation. Okay, if this denominator is 0, this case fails. We have to write like this, pi is equal to x square. Here is x. Here we have taken x square upon f double dash of d into e raised to x. We have to differentiate this quantity again with respect to d. So we get pi is equal to x square upon f double dash of d into e raised to ax. So pi is equal to x square upon f double dash of d into e raised to ax, where here is mistake. Here is what we want. Here is a f double dash of a here. Okay, so that f double dash of a must be not equal to 0. If f double dash of a is equal to 0, again we have to do one more thing, is that pi is equal to x cube upon f triple dash of d into e raised to ax. Same way we have to follow. Okay, this is the simple theory related to the particular integral when RHS of that linear differential equation is of the form e raised to ax. Simply we have to replace in that case d by a. See example number 1. Solve d cube plus 3d square plus 3d plus 1y is equal to e raised to minus ax. Okay, this is the linear differential equation with constant coefficient, because see here d cube, d nothing but d by dx, d cube nothing but d cube y upon dx cube, d square nothing but y, d square nothing but d2y upon dx square, d nothing but dy by dx. Okay, this is the f of d. We can write this equation in short form as f of d y is equal to capital X. Capital X nothing but e raised to minus x, and form of this right hand side is of the type e raised to ax, and here a nothing but what? Minus 1. Getting me? Right hand side of this equation is of the form e raised to ax and a nothing but minus 1. So this problem related to the case number or type number 1. So find its solution. If right hand side is 0, it's a solution nothing but only complementary function. But here is the right hand side, and right hand side is non-zero. So in this case, we have to find complementary function, add particular integral. We have to add, and that resultant gives the solution of that solution of this linear differential equation. So the auxiliary equation is first to find complementary function. In order to find complementary function, we require first it's the roots of the auxiliary equation. So auxiliary equation nothing but f of d is equal to 0, f of d nothing but polynomial in d. Which polynomial in d? This is the polynomial d cube plus 3d square plus 3d plus 1 is equal to 0, and this can be written as, you may find its root directly by using calc. Okay, here I have written this polynomial like this: d plus 1 cube is equal to 0. Okay, d plus 1 cube nothing but d plus 1 into d plus 1 into d plus 1. Okay, so d plus 1 cube is equal to 0, nothing but d plus 1 into d plus 1 into d plus 1 is equal to 0. Equate separately to 0, we get root as minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. So we get d is equal to minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. And there is in this root there is no imaginary unit. That is, there is no imaginary part. Sorry, there is no imaginary unit, no I, small I involved here. So all the roots are real and are repeated 3 times. So corresponding to this root, by using case number 2, we get complementary function as c1x plus c2x square plus c3 into e raised to minus x, or you can write complementary function as c1 plus c2x plus c3x square into e raised to minus x. Okay, half part of this example is completed because we have found here complementary function of this linear differential equation. Now we find particular integral for this linear differential equation. Now particular integral is equal to 1 upon f of d into x. What is x? X nothing but e raised to minus x. X nothing but what? Right hand side, e raised to minus x, and f of d nothing but this polynomial in d. So we get pi is equal to 1 upon d cube plus 3d square plus 3d plus 1 into e raised to minus x. We have seen type number 1. If right hand side of that equation is of the form e raised to x, that time we have to replace d by a. Here a nothing but minus 1. See here, here a superscript, here minus x, and coefficient of x is minus 1. So a is minus 1. Put in place of d as a minus 1, we get denominator as a 0. So pi is equal to 1 upon 0 into e raised to minus 6. So case fail. Okay, that time, see here, case failure, if we put in place of d as a, denominator becomes 0. If denominator after putting d by a not equal to 0, that will give a required particular integral. But here, if we put d is equal to a, that time denominator is 0. So case fail, we have to go here. So here, if we put, see here, if we put d is equal to minus 1, denominator becomes 0. So we have to go further. Pi is equal to x upon derivative of denominator with respect to d. Derivative of d cube with respect to d, as we have found, we are finding derivative of x cube as 3x square in the same line. Derivative of d cube is nothing but 3d square plus derivative of 3d square as a 6d, derivative of 3d as a 3 into e raised to minus 6. Again, put here e is equal to minus 1, put here d is equal to minus 1. Again, we get denominator as a 0. Again, case fail. Okay, again, we have to write pi as x square is equal to, take a derivative of this denominator, 6d, derivative of this square is 2d, 2d into 3, 6d plus 6, okay, into e raised to minus 6. Again, here is minus 1, put here d is equal to minus 1, 6 into minus 1 plus 6, again denominator 0, again case fail. We have to go further, we get pi as a, here in place of x square, we have to write x cube upon derivative of denominator with respect to d. Derivative of denominator is 6 into e raised to minus 6. So complete solution is y is equal to complementary function plus particular integral. So y is equal to, we have found here a complementary function as c1x plus c2x square plus c3 into e raised to minus x. Here we have written plus pi as a x cube upon 6 into e raised to minus x. Okay, this is the example number 1 related to the type number 1. See example number 2. We have to find a solution of this. Here, right hand side is what? E raised to x plus 1 bracket square. But we have seen type number 1. Right hand side of that equation must be of the form e raised to x. See here, if we do square of this bracket, we get, what do we get? See here, e raised to x plus 1 bracket square is equal to e raised to 2x plus 2 e raised to x plus 1. Okay, so form of this bracket must be e raised to x. So this problem belongs to the case number type number 1. Now find its complementary function first. Then we are going to find a particular integral. See here. First we have to find complementary function. Auxiliary equation is f of d is equal to 0. F of d is what? D cube minus 1 is equal to 0. This can be written as d minus 1 into d square plus d plus 1 is equal to 0. So d minus 1 is equal to 0. D square plus d plus 1 is equal to 0. We get root of this cubic equation or auxiliary equation as 1 minus 1 by 2 plus minus root 3i by 2. One root is a real and other root are complex conjugates. So corresponding to a real root, we can write complementary function as c1 e raised to x. Corresponding to this root, we can write e raised to minus 1 by 2 x. C2 cos root 3 by 2x plus C3 sin root 3 by 2x. This is the complementary function related to the linear differential equation. Now, how part is the remaining? We have to find a particular integral. Our definition of the particular integral is what? 1 upon f of d into x. 1 upon f of d. What is f of d? This is the polynomial in d. Nothing but d cube minus 1. And capital X nothing but right hand side. E raised to x plus 1 bracket square. Do square of this bracket. We get, as you know, formula a plus b bracket square is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Same line. A is e raised to x, b is 1. We get e raised to x bracket square plus 2 e raised to x plus 1. E raised to x bracket square nothing but e raised to 2x. So we get 1 upon d cube minus 1 into bracket e raised to 2x plus 2 e raised to x plus 1. Now we are giving separate denominator to each term. We get 1 upon d cube minus 1 e raised to 2x plus 1 upon d cube minus 1 2 e raised to x plus 1 upon d cube minus 1 into 1. Okay. Now we will solve this term, these three terms separately. See here, don't see second and third term. Concentrate on the first term. See here, a is what? A is 1. Put here, sorry, a is 2 here. Put here 2 cube minus 1. Here a is 1. Put here 1 cube minus 1. Okay. Again here is 1. In place of 1, we can write as e raised to 0x because e raised to 0x is 1. So a is 0. Put in place of d as the 0. You get 0 cube minus 1. Out of these three terms, here denominator is what? 8 minus 1, 7. Denominator is not 0. For first term, we get required answer. For the second term, denominator become what? Here see 1 cube minus 1. Denominator is 0. So in second term, denominator becomes 0. So we cannot put directly value of a instead of d. Okay. In third term, denominator no 0, denominator not 0. So we get a required answer here. Now we have to solve for second term only. After solving first term, we get 1 upon 8 minus 1, 1 upon 7 into e raised to x plus here 1 upon 0, 2 e raised to x plus 1 upon minus 1 e raised to 0x. First term and second term, there is no problem because denominator is not 0. But in the second term, denominator is 0, so case fail. For the second term, write first and third term as it is. For the second term, we have to use a type number 1. Okay. If we put in place of d as 1, denominator becomes 0. So we write x upon derivative of denominator. Derivative of d cube minus 1 is what? Derivative of d cube, 3d square. Minus 1 is constant and derivative of minus 1 is 0. So we get x upon 3d square into 2 e raised to x, third term as it is. Okay. Here I have written reason behind this writing. If here, if we put d is equal to 1, denominator becomes 0. So f of a is 0, above is fail. So we are using this formula, pi is equal to x upon f dash of d into e raised to x. So we get first term as it is 1 upon 7 e raised to x plus here 2 upon 3 is constant, x as it is 1 upon d square into e raised to x plus 1 upon minus 1 e raised to 0h. Next, 1 upon 7 e raised to 2x plus 2x upon 3, 1 upon d square, nothing but 2 time integration of this term. 1 upon d square, nothing but 2 time integration. 1 upon d, nothing but 1 time integration. 1 upon d cube, nothing but 3 time integration. Here, 1 upon d square, nothing but 2 time integration of e raised to x. As you know, any time of integration of e raised to x is again e raised to x. So integration of e raised to x is e raised to x, again integration of e raised to x is e raised to x. Here I have written reason behind this. 1 upon d square e raised to x, nothing but double integration of e raised to x. Okay, and this is our required particular integral for the second example. So its solution is given by Hence, the complete solution is complement function plus particular integral. As we have found, complement function for this example is here c1 e raised to x plus e raised to minus 1 minus x by 2, c2 cos root 3 by 2 x plus c3 sin root 3 by 2 x, and pi is here 1 upon c1. Add all this, we get required solution of the this example 2. Okay, this is any doubt? If we have any doubt, comment me. These are the practical example. Solve this example. Okay, thank you.